करेंगे प्रॉब्लम 13। ओके, सो क्या बोलते हैं, सो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी ऑपरेट्स अ कॉस्टिंग सिस्टम, ठीक है, शोइंग द फॉलोइंग डेटा फॉर द मंथ ऑफ नवंबर, ठीक है, दिस इज द डेटा फॉर द मंथ ऑफ नवंबर। ओके, ये है एक्चुअल्स, ठीक है। सो व्हाट वी हैव बीन शोन हियर, ठीक है, दीज आर एक्चुअल्स। ओके, सो एक्चुअल वर्किंग डेज इज 22, ठीक है। यहाँ पे नीचे वी हैव गॉट बजट एंड स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट डेटा, ठीक है, दिस इज द स्टैंडर्ड डेटा। ओके, तो जैसे हमने वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस दैट स्टैंडर्ड एंड बजट डेटा विल ऑलमोस्ट बी द सेम, ठीक है। स्टैंडर्ड इज विल बी फॉर अ लार्जर पीरियड, बजट विल बी फॉर अ शॉर्टर पीरियड, ठीक है। The standard is set for 1 year, budget will be set for, let us say, 3 months or something like that. Okay, so that will be our budgeted data. So here the budgeted number of working days is 20, ठीक है, और यहाँ पे ऊपर is 22, actual working days 22. So the difference, there is difference in working days, so there will be calendar variance. ये मैं आपको बोलता था कि calendar variance, whether it is there or not, you can identify from the problem itself, okay, directly without doing anything. Okay, so the budgeted number of working days is different than the actual number of working days, you will have calendar variance, as simple as that. Okay, so the next thing is actual hours worked. This actual hours worked is 4,300 and budgeted hours is 4,000. Okay, then we have got data of number of products produced, okay. So 425 products have been produced, okay, and actual overhead incurred is 1,800, okay. Okay, so the actual hours into actual quantity that has been given directly, okay. So this will go directly into the last column. Okay, so चलो then इसको थोड़ा सा नीचे ऊपर करते हैं, let's see. So here then standard man hours per product is 10. So 10 hours is required per product. Okay, that is the standard. Standard man hours per product is 10. Okay, and standard overhead rate per hour is 50 paise. Okay, so 50 paise is 0.5. Just divide it by 100 and you will get it in rupee. Okay, we want all calculations in rupee, isn't it? So 50 paise per hour, okay, which means 0.5 per hour. Okay, so here calculate overhead variances for the month. Okay, only fixed overhead variances have been given, so we'll calculate fixed overhead variances. Okay, चलो ठीक है, तो अभी देखते हैं. So first thing what we have to do is we'll prepare our table as usual. Fixed overhead variance में कुछ सोचना नहीं है आपको. Okay, you don't have to think too much. Just go and prepare your table first. Okay, and do it in a way that you can accommodate all this data in the table. Once you have prepared the 5 sets required in the table, then you don't have any problem. You can easily compute variances. Okay, so चलिए, तो मैं I'll take you down, page down. Okay, so these are the 5 things we need to compute. Correct? SR into SH, SR into actual hours, SR into revised business hours, SR into budgeted hours, SR into actual hours. Okay, these 5 we need. Now this is given in the problem. Whatever is there, fill it up straight away. Okay, 1,800 is given in the problem. Okay, so now we have standard rate in the problem. Correct? Standard overhead rate जो है हमको already दिया हुआ है. Standard overhead rate 0.5 is already given. So basically इसका मतलब ये है we know that for computation of the first 4 values we have to multiply by standard rate, है ना? Standard rate से multiply करना पड़ता है. Here if you see this, ठीक है? तो एक सेट डेटा तो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी है. These 4 we already have, और ये भी मिल गया. We have got this also. ठीक है? Now let us, we have to compute the second part of all of this. Okay, तो चलिए, so let us start. So we'll first go by what is already given in the problem. ठीक है? Okay, so here see the standard, this actual hours is already given in the problem. Okay, चलो देखते हैं. Here see the actual hours 4300 is already given in the problem. Okay, so उसका काम हो गया. We'll use that. And budgeted hours, ठीक है, is also given in the problem. ठीक है? So budgeted hours we will need for the 4th value, correct? यहाँ पे जो आपका इस 4th value है, ठीक है, this standard rate into budgeted hours. ठीक है? So ये और ये already दिया हुआ था. Okay, so from the problem I could directly fill this. ठीक है, I could fill this. ठीक है, I could fill this directly, and then I'll show in green the rates which I already have. This I had, this I had. So basically number 2 also I was able to compute directly, 0.5 into 4300. Okay, this I had. Okay, and then this also I had. Number 4 also I could compute. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे बेसिकली हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, we could compute directly 2150 and 2000 also. ठीक है, तो इस टेबल में, ठीक है, तो इस तरह से आपको अप्रोच करना है fixed overhead problems especially. Okay, so you have to just put the table and see what are the values you already have. ठीक है, यहाँ पे value number 2, 4 and 5 are already there. So I only need to compute now 1 and 3. Okay, what we need to compute is 1 and 3. ठीक है, so 1 is what? Standard hours for actual output. ठीक है, standard hours for actual output. Okay, so this is your standard hours. ठीक है, now number of product produced, ठीक है, actual number of products is 425. ठीक है, so now to find, we want standard hours for actual quantity, correct? For point number 1 we want standard hours for actual quantity. ठीक है, so how to find that out? ठीक है, everything will be given in this data only. हमको बस rearrange करना है. We have to know how to rearrange things. Okay, now actual quantity of product is 425 and standard man hours per product is 10. ठीक है, so if I multiply standard man hours per product, ठीक है, into actual number of products, I will get what? 4250. Okay, so what is 4250? Standard hours for producing the actual number of products. ठीक है, 4250 will be standard hours for producing the actual number of products. ठीक है, okay, so in other words वो क्या हो गया? Standard hours for actual quantity हो गया, correct? So this will give us standard hours for actual quantity 4250. Okay, so इसलिए हम नीचे चलेंगे, we'll go down. ठीक है, so इस तरह से we got this 4250. Okay, this is how we got that 4250. ठीक है, so now so what have we got? We've got 4 values now. Okay, ये हो गया, ये तो पहले ही मिल गया था. Okay, these 2 we already got and these 2 also we got now. ठीक है, only one remaining is revised business hours. So this one जो है standard rate into revised business hours. ठीक है, तो इसके लिए बस कुछ भी नहीं, यू हैव टू यूज दैट कैलेंडर डेटा, ठीक है, कैलेंडर वेरिएंस। कैलेंडर वेरिएंस के लिए क्या करना है आपको, जस्ट टेक योर स्टैंडर्ड वैल्यू, दैट इज, ठीक है, बजटेड आवर्स पर मंथ, व्हाट यू विल टेक, बजटेड आवर्स पर मंथ, ओके, एंड इसको हम मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, बजटेड आवर्स पर मंथ को मल्टीप्लाई बाय 22/20, ठीक है, तो मल्टीप्लाई बजटेड आवर्स बाय, दिस इज योर बजटेड आवर्स, ठीक है, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 22/20, ठीक है। तो इन अदर वर्ड्स हम क्या कर रहे हैं, वी आर जस्ट फाइंडिंग आउट दिस बजटेड आवर्स, हाउ मच इट विल बी फॉर 22 days. For 20 days it is 4,000. How much for 22 days? So it will be 22 into 4,000 upon 20. So easy way में directly आपको बोल रहा हूँ कि it will be 4,000 into 22/20. Okay? So चलो ये आपको मिल जाएगा revised business hours, ठीक है, you will get what, revised business hours. अब यहाँ पे आप देखोगे here, this one here is 4,000 into 22/20. Okay, so ये हो जाएगा, this will give you 4,400, ठीक है, this will give you 4,400. यहाँ पे फिर से रुपीस डाल दिए, यहाँ पे से काफी lots of printing mistakes are there, ठीक है, where there should be hours there, rupees and all that, ठीक है, तो ये रुपीस नहीं है, this is hours, ठीक है, 4,400 hours. So now take this 4,400 hours, ठीक है, and multiply, and of course 0.5 was already there, बस इसको मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो we will get this. इस तरह से हमको ये टेबल को के सारे वैल्यूज मिल गए. सो आपको ये आना चाहिए, इसमें ये टेबल बनाना है. फर्स्ट थिंग, इफ यू आर सीइंग अ फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड वेरिएंस प्रॉब्लम, ठीक है, जस्ट प्रिपेयर दिस टेबल फर्स्ट, ओके, इतना ये आपका, दिस शुड बी योर स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट. वंस यू हैव प्रिपेयर्ड दिस टेबल, देन योर सॉल्यूशन इज ऑलरेडी देयर विद इन दिस टेबल, ठीक है. सो हमको भी ऑलरेडी सीन, ठीक है, क्या क्या ये रहेगा, ओके, व्हाट विल बी द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ वेरिएंस, ठीक है, वेरिएंसेस फॉर फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड वेरिएंस. सबसे पहले क्या था आपका, ओके, फर्स्ट डिवीजन विल बी, ओके, बेस्ट वॉल्यूम, ठीक है, मैंने बोला था बेस्ट वॉल्यूम व्हिच इज बजट. ओके, एक मिनट में आपको, आई विल जस्ट शो दिस अगेन टू यू, ठीक है. Okay, the first thing is here, fixed overhead variance. Okay, सबसे पहले मैंने क्या बताया था आपको, just to remember, ठीक है, we watch TV say in the best volume for us, ठीक है, best volume is different for different people, ठीक है. So आपको क्या करना है, you have to see first is best volume, ठीक है, best volume, इसमें से one is category is best, one is volume variance, ठीक है. बेस्ट में आपको टी की जरूरत नहीं है, इट इज बजट, ठीक है, एक्सपेंडिचर और स्पेंडिंग वेरिएंस, ठीक है. व्हाई ऑलवेज टेक ऑल थ्री नेम्स, क्योंकि आपको दे कैन आस्क विद एनी नेम, दे कैन जस्ट से गिव अस द स्पेंडिंग वेरिएंस. अगर आपके ध्यान में नहीं रहा दैट स्पेंडिंग वेरिएंस इज द सेम एज बजट वेरिएंस, you will not be able to write the answer. Okay, that's why I always write all the names of the variances here, ठीक है. ये हो गया पहला, budget, expenditure and spending variance, and the second one is what, volume variance. Okay, so budget variance इतना ही रहेगा, and your volume variance will again be subdivided, ठीक है. तो आप इसको, मैंने इसका ये बताया था आपको, ठीक है, का is efficient. Either you say Kaka or you say CA is efficient. Okay, 2 times CA is efficient. Okay, तो इसको ये तीनों all three will be three variances. Efficient will become efficiency variance. Okay, and this is first will be capacity, second will be calendar. ठीक है, तो इसके तीन पार्ट्स हम कर देते हैं डिवाइड. One will be capacity variance. Okay, second one will be calendar variance. Third one will be efficiency variance. ठीक है, तो इसके जो फिक्स्ड ओरिएंट वेरिएंस के प्रॉब्लम जो है ना ऐसी इस टाइप से आपको आएंगे. ओके, सो वंस यू आर एबल टू क्रिएट द टेबल वेरी इजीली यू विल गेट द आंसर. ठीक है, सो नाउ ये चीजें हमको ये दीज थिंग्स वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट. नाउ व्हाट आर द थिंग्स यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट? वन, फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड वेरिएंस, द टॉप फिगर. ओके, एंड देन बजट वेरिएंस. ठीक है, वॉल्यूम वेरिएंस, एंड देन कैपेसिटी, कैलेंडर एंड एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस. ठीक है, तो ओवरऑल 6 वेरिएंसेस हैव टू बी फाउंड इन फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड वेरिएंस. ठीक है, तब सबसे पहले बहुत ही सिंपली हमको चलना है. आपका बिल्कुल ऐसा मैं आपको ट्रिक बताता हूं, वेयर यू नो once you get that table, finding the answer will be very easy for you. Okay, so चलो सबसे पहले फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड वेरिएंस जो टॉप फिगर है, इट विल बी 1 माइनस लास्ट. ठीक है, दोनों कोने का आपको लेना है. देखो 1 माइनस 5 will be your fixed overhead variance. Okay, फिर चलो ये फिर देखते हैं. I'll just take you back there. Okay, so first thing जो what we had seen, fixed overhead variance, correct? So it will be 1 minus 5. Okay, ठीक है. So second is budget variance, correct? तो बजट का कौन सा फिगर है? विच इज द फिगर फॉर बजट? किसमें हम कैलकुलेट, वी आर कैलकुलेटिंग फॉर बजट, इट इज दिस. करेक्ट, ये तो रिवाइज्ड बजट है. ओके, दिस रिवाइज्ड बजट. बजट इज ओनली दिस वन. ठीक है, वेयर यू आर यूजिंग बजटेड आवर्स. करेक्ट, ठीक है. और मैंने आपको एक चीज इसमें बताया था, आई टोल्ड यू इन द प्रीवियस क्लास एज वेल, that it will never go backwards. You have to just identify the starting point. Okay, so the difference will be this minus the next one only, not the previous one. ठीक है, it will go to the right side always. ठीक है, यानी यहां से अगर first point you have identified budget variance, this is the budget variance figure, correct? So it will not go this side. Okay, it will not go this side, it will always go to the right. ठीक है, so okay, so that's what इसका मतलब क्या है? What will be your budget expenditure spending variance? 4 minus 5. Okay, ठीक है, ये हो गया 4 minus 5. Okay, then next is your volume variance. ठीक है, अब जो अगला 3 है, ठीक है, next 3 में you have to remember कैसा रहेगा आपका. ठीक है, now your volume variance. ठीक है, so volume variance will always be this standard, ये आपका standard minus budgeted. ठीक है, volume variance is difference between two standard things. ठीक है, so volume variance will always be 1 minus 4. ठीक है, okay, बता देता हूं मैं. volume variance is 1 minus 4, budget variance is 4 minus 5. Here, see, volume variance is 1 minus 4. ठीक है, budget variance is 4 minus 5, cost variance is 1 minus 5. ओके, ठीक है, ये हो गया. अब इसके बाद जो ना whatever is remaining, ठीक है, the 3, ये वो 3 कौन से? वॉल्यूम वेरिएंस के सब वेरिएंसेस. करेक्ट, नेक्स्ट 3 आर वेरी वेरी इजी टू रिमेंबर. ठीक है, जस्ट फॉलो मी. So the next 3 remaining are the sub variances of volume variance. Correct, ये 3 है. ठीक है, तो ये 3 मैं बता रहा हूं आपको, जस्ट यू लिसन केयरफुली, यू विल नेवर हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है, फर्स्ट थिंग इज जस्ट रिमेंबर लास्ट जो है ऑल द वेरिएंसेस वी हैव एनालाइज्ड, वेरी लास्ट इज व्हाट? एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस इज द वेरी लास्ट. ठीक है, सो लास्ट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द फर्स्ट टू. इतना याद रख लेना. ओके, लास्ट वन इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन फर्स्ट टू. So efficiency variance is 1 minus 2. Okay, and the other two will be, this will be 2 minus 3, this will be 3 minus 4. That's all. And basically ये जो last 3 है, you have to start with 1, 2 and 3. ठीक है, but एक ही बस चीज है कि just remember that last one, the very last one will start from the first. ठीक है, so efficiency variance मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको. Okay, so efficiency variance will be 1 minus 2. Okay, and capacity variance will be 2 minus 3, and calendar variance will be 3 minus 4. ठीक है, it's all in order. So आपको कुछ भी फिक्र की जरूरत नहीं है. Last one will be this minus this. ये तो हमको मालूम है, पीछे तो जाता ही नहीं है. Correct, only 1 minus 2. ठीक है, this will be the last one. After finishing the last, वो जो 3 है, last 3 sub variances, come to the first one of the 3, that is capacity and then calendar in order. ठीक है, so capacity will be this minus this. ठीक है, and calendar is because of revised budget hours. So even in case of doubt, you will know that you have to start with revised budget hours in calendar. ठीक है, for calendar. So calendar will be 3 minus 4. यहाँ पे देखेंगे. Okay, calendar is 3 minus 4, capacity is 2 minus 3, and efficiency is 1 minus 2. ठीक है, so ये एक बार माइंड में फिक्स हो गया. Your table is already there in front of you. Okay, then you will never go wrong in this. ठीक है, इसका कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम आ गया, if you have asked six variances, is normally actually they won't ask all 6, because for each variance you are given 2 marks. Okay, so and wherever there is no computation, like for example cost variance, there they give 1 mark. Okay, for other variances you will have 2 marks, like that. ठीक है, so if you get a 6 marks or 8 marks problem, 8 marks problem, in 8 marks problem they'll ask you any 4 of these variances. ठीक है, अब हमको तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता है whether they ask 4 or 6, right? We have the table in front of us. 4 means we'll give 4, 6 means we'll give 6. Correct, that's not a problem. So this is how you have to compute it. ठीक है, तो चलो अभी अगला प्रॉब्लम देखते हैं. We'll see the 14th problem. ठीक है, after this there is one more problem of fixed overhead variance. ठीक है, 15th वाला, that is the last problem of fixed overhead variance. ठीक है, after that you have got fixed overhead variance, but clubbed with variable, where you have to find variable overhead variance as well as fixed overhead variance. ठीक है, so ये तो है आपका last. So ठीक है, so 15th is the last independent problem of fixed overhead variance. ठीक है, so now in the next lecture after this, what we'll do, I'll take you through variable overhead variance theory, which is very simple. It's not as complex as fixed overhead. Okay, we'll go through that and then we'll solve illustration 15 and 16. Okay, I think for variable overhead variance you have only one example. Okay, chalo. Okay, so yeah, let's read this problem. SV Limited has furnished the following data. Okay, this is budgeted, this is actual. Okay, number of working days 25 and 27. यहीं से दिमाग में समझ में आ गया आपको, right? You understood what? There is calendar variance. Okay, so चलो calendar variance है. Then what next? Production in units they have given. Okay, they have given production in units. 20,000 and 22,000 units. ठीक है, and fixed overhead in rupees. ठीक है, 30,000 and 31,000. So budgeted fixed overheads they have already given. Actual fixed overheads they have already given. Actual is the very last figure, 5th one. Okay, so actual you'll fill, and budgeted is the 4th one. ठीक है, so 4th and 5th figures we already have here. Then other than this क्या दिया गया है? What have they given? Budgeted fixed overhead rate is 1 per hour. ठीक है, overhead rate is 1 per hour. ठीक है, so budgeted rate and standard rate are the same. Okay, ठीक है, we've discussed this previously. In July, ठीक है, in the month of July, ठीक है, actual hours worked for 31,500 hours. So they have given us the actual hours worked. ठीक है, You have to calculate all 6 variances. Okay, calculate all 6 variances. Right? So what will we do? We'll first try to fill up all the data. ठीक है, we'll fill up all the data. और एक चीज यहाँ पे मैं बताता हूँ. Okay, one thing is your fixed overheads in rupees is 30,000. ठीक है, units are 20,000. You can find per unit fixed overheads. ठीक है, कैसे? For 20,000 units, you have got 30,000 fixed overhead. For 1 unit, how much? Will be 30,000 upon 20,000. Okay, that becomes 1.5. 3 upon 2, which is 1.5. Okay. Okay, so fixed overhead cost per unit is 1.5. That is budgeted. Okay, budgeted means standard. Okay, fixed overhead cost is standard is 1.5 per unit. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे आपको क्या दिया है? Actual units are there. Okay, so our hours they have given is only actual. ठीक है, no standard hours are given. Okay, so we'll have to compute standard hours. ठीक है, तो मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ, I'll take you down. ठीक है, इसको we'll continue this discussion. यहाँ पे जो है, this is your table. ठीक है, so 4 and 5 are given in the problem, so no problem. ठीक है, छोड़ दिए इनको. Now we have this 1 in the problem. Okay, do we? Standard hours ऊपर, yeah, budgeted fixed overhead rate is 1 per hour. Correct? Yeah ना? This is there in the problem. तो इसीलिए हमको ये भी हमने भर ली. ठीक है, so let us fill this up also. This 1 1 1. ठीक है, this I have filled it up, and these two are already there as ready-made figures. ठीक है, in the problem, so I have taken this. This is the problem. Now we do not have hours here. ठीक है, we have hours only for actual. So for the second one, I can fill it up. ठीक है, 31,500 is given. So 1 into 31,500 gives me 31,500. So now I can say that ये भी है हमारे पास. Okay, they've got this. ठीक है, now we have to compute the hours of first and third. Okay, so second, fourth and fifth we are fine. ठीक है, ये 31,500 मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको. I'll show you there in the problem here. ठीक है, राइट. सो ये हो गया. तो अब तो हाँ, चलिए अब आते हैं जो पहले डिस्कशन हमने स्टार्ट किया था. व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू इज, ठीक है, फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड कॉस्ट पर यूनिट इज 1.5, 30,000 अपॉन 20,000. ठीक है, तो फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड, स्टैंडर्ड फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड कॉस्ट पर यूनिट इज 1.5. ठीक है, नाउ वी हैव गॉट एक्चुअल यूनिट्स हियर. ठीक है, सिर्फ एक्चुअल यूनिट्स यू मल्टीप्लाई बाय, ठीक है, स्टैंडर्ड रेट पर यूनिट. ठीक है, अगर एक्चुअल यूनिट्स को, ओके, यू मल्टीप्लाई बाय स्टैंडर्ड रेट पर यूनिट. ठीक है, सॉरी, स्टैंडर्ड नॉट रेट, स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट पर यूनिट. ठीक है, यहाँ पे मैं बोल रहा हूँ, एक मिनट, लेट मी रिपीट इट. The first thing what we are doing is we are taking this budgeted fixed overheads, ठीक है, divided by units, budgeted units. What will I get? I'll get per unit cost, है ना, right? When you take the total cost upon units, you get the per unit cost. So you will get the per unit cost of fixed overheads. And this is what budgeted, that is standard. Okay. So this is 1.5 is the standard cost per unit. If I multiply by actual units, I will get, what will I get? I will get standard cost of actual units. Correct? Standard cost of actual units. तो क्या हो जाएगा वो? 20,000 into 1.5. ठीक है, तो चलिए यहाँ पे मैं आपको ये बताता हूँ अलग से. I'll show this to you. ठीक है, actually is 20,000 hours. Okay, Okay, so this is budgeted figures. Okay, 20,000 units. Okay, and actual units is how much? 22,000. Okay, and this is fixed overhead. Okay, in rupees. Fixed overhead in rupees is how much? Okay, this is 30,000. Okay, so now fixed overhead per unit. How much it is? It will be 30,000 upon 20,000. Okay, 1.5 रहेगा fixed overhead per unit. ठीक है. So now if I want to find out fixed overhead figure, okay, on standard rate, standard cost of actual quantity, standard cost of actual quantity. Okay, that is our first thing, right? The very first thing which we compute. Okay, which is SR into SH, SR SH, correct? तो अगर मैंने इसको if I do 1.5 into 20,000, ठीक है, what I'll get, I'm getting a figure of fixed overhead which is SRSH. ठीक है, now I'm getting SRSH. So this is the value of SRSH. ठीक है, तो SRSH क्या होता है? What is SRSH? Next thing, SR is standard hours. यहाँ पे 1 है, we already know. Okay, and SR is standard rate which is 1. ठीक है, और standard hours हमको मालूम नहीं है, निकालना है. Okay, standard 1 into standard hours is equals to 33,000. करेक्ट, ये इक्वेशन बनेगा. SRSH is equals to 33,000 मिल गया. Okay, 1 into SH will be 33,000. So SH will be equal to 30. Standard hours क्या बनेगा आपका? Will be 33,000 hours. Okay, done. Okay, तो ये इससे हमको क्या मिल गया? We got standard hours. Okay, तो ये अब ये चाहिए था, we needed this for calculation of first figures. First figure, first figure क्या होगा? It will also be 33,000 because SR is 1. तो 1 into 33,000 will become 33,000 only. Okay, चलो अपन वापस जाते हैं, we'll go back. ठीक है, this is how we got this 33,000. Okay, 1 into 33,000 will give you 33,000. Okay, so 33,000 का जो computation method है, go by the method which I have told you. ठीक है, उससे आपको you'll get the better logic. यहाँ पे क्या बताया? 22,000 into 1.5. ठीक है, this 33,000 actually what you are getting is not hours. ये hours नहीं है. ठीक है, this is your SRSH का total figure. This is the budgeted जो आपका जो rate जो fixed overhead, budgeted fixed overhead, ये जो है, it is that thing. ये 33,000 जो है ना, it is SR into SH. ठीक है, because this 1.5 is in rupees and this 22,000 is units. When you multiply the two, you will get answers in rupees, not in hours. So ये हो जाएगा, this will be in rupees. So basically 33,000 is nothing but SR into SH. Okay, so it is the standard cost of actual quantity. So इससे if you put this in the next part of the equation, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था, okay, then you will get SR. ठीक है, so वो जो 33,000 जो आया है, what they have shown is this, but to put that in this equation and then you will get SH is 33 hours. Here it is not making any difference because both are 1. What if ये अगर 1.2 होता तो then you couldn't take this directly. आपको यही करना पड़ता. You will have to do this. ठीक है, this is how you have got 33 hours. समझ में आ गया? चलो, so 33,000 hours is what we have got. ये हो गया. Then so this we have got SRSH. ठीक है. अब रह गया everything we have got only revised business hours जो है ये SR into revised business hours. ठीक है. This is what you have to calculate. तो ये तो बहुत simple है. ठीक है. You take the your standard the budgeted business hours which is 30,000. ठीक है. दिया हुआ है 30,000. Okay. ठीक है. इसमें भी अगेन जो है हमको नाउ your revised business hours will be एक मिनट. So for revised budgeted hours we again need, ठीक है, hours, जो standard hours or whatever is your standard hours. ठीक है. Standard hours will multiply by the calendar ratio. ठीक है. 27/25. यहाँ पे actual days are 27, this is 25. But again यहाँ पे problem है, we do not have this 30,000. ठीक है. अगर हम problem में जाते हैं, okay, so यहाँ पे if you see, ठीक है, fixed overheads is given but you do not have the hours, standard hours. ठीक है. ये 30,000 है but standard hours नहीं है. Now but because here budgeted fixed overhead rate is 1 per hour. ठीक है. So 1 rupee के लिए it's 1 hours. 1 hour cost is 1 rupee. So 30,000 rupees, how much will be the standard cost? 30,000. Okay. So ये यहाँ से it has to be computed actually, saying that आपके लिए for 1 hour it is 1 rupee. Rupee 1 per hour. 1 hour 1 rupee. Okay, so 30,000 rupees के लिए it will be 30,000 hours. Correct. So this is how we got 30,000 hours. ठीक है. So 30,000 hours भी यहाँ पे हमको निकालना पड़ा था actually. Okay. So ये 30,000 आप लेंगे. ठीक है. Again this 30,000 hours इसका भी computation यहाँ पे नहीं दिया गया आपको. Okay, in your study material. So then चलो ठीक है. सीधा सीधा तो you got 30,000. ठीक है. आप hours into 27/25 कर दीजिए. You will get revised budget hours. ठीक है. That will be this. Okay. Into 1 will be 32,400. So you have got you've got the table ready. ठीक है. अब टेबल तैयार है तो आपको मालूम है how to calculate it. We have discussed previous problem में. ठीक है. आप ठीक है. I will leave this to you. आपको ये करने के लिए. ठीक है. Whatever 1 minus 2 ये सब मैंने जैसे बताया था previous problem में, same like this you have to just take the table and get the answers. ठीक है. And if answer is coming in negative, it will be adverse variance. If answer is coming in positive, it will be favorable variance. ठीक है. अब इसमें एक और तरीका है. ठीक है. This is not that important. Okay. यहाँ पे जो है computation is based on, जैसे हमने जो किए हैं यहाँ computation, it is based on hours. Correct. तो hours per unit standard rate is standard hours. Correct. ये जो है we are taking hours. Instead of taking hours, you can do the computation by taking per unit value also. ठीक है. वो भी आप कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. You will get the same answer. आप टेबल भी आपका सेम बनेगा. If you see, this is the second one is using unit rate. So if you compare ये जो compare these figures, ठीक है, with these figures. ठीक है. It will be exactly the same. Now because the table is getting same value, so when you do 1 minus 4, 1 minus 5, it will all give the same value. ठीक है. यहाँ पे only thing is you will be using unit rate. ठीक है. और बस इतना याद रखना है इसमें while computing unit rate. ठीक है. only चीज ये हो जाता है कि ये जो है ना this gets interchanged. ठीक है. यार SR/SH here becomes SR/SQ in the second one. ठीक है. and SR/AH becomes SR/AQ in the first one. बस ये दो, these two will be interchanged. ठीक है. other than that आपको कोई और डिफरेंस नहीं है. ओके. all this will become 1.5 instead of 1. ठीक है, it's per unit rate now. Per unit standard rate क्या था? It was 1.5. ठीक है, we go up, see the per unit standard rate यहाँ से निकाले थे भी है हमने. ठीक है, so basically we have used this rate only, right? यानी क्या किया हमने, we have taken per unit rate, right, 1.5, and that we multiplied with actual and we got the standard cost of actual quantity, isn't it? So both the origin is the same. Okay, so whether you use hours rate or you use unit rate, it's possible that the hours rate is say 1 rupee and you are producing the unit in 3 hours, so unit rate will be 3 rupees. Okay, in the end total thing will remain the same, nothing will change. Here you are using hour rate, in other case you will be using unit rate. ठीक है, that's all. और कोई चेंज नहीं है, इसका उतना इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है, इंपॉर्टेंस इज लेस फॉर यूनिट रेट. सो दिस इज द ओनली प्रॉब्लम वेयर यू हैव बीन शोन एन इलस्ट्रेशन ऑफ यूनिट रेट. ठीक है, सो बस इतना ही है इसमें. यू हैव टू जस्ट टेक ऑल द यूनिट रेट्स. इसमें ये याद रखना जैसे मैंने जो बताया था आपको, जस्ट सी दिस द फर्स्ट टू थिंग्स विल गेट इंटरचेंज, दैट्स ऑल. ठीक है, और ये होगा आपका, दिस विल बी स्टैंडर्ड रेट इनटू एक्चुअल क्वांटिटी. All rates you know it will be unit rate. ठीक है, ये कर देना है. और wherever direct figure is given, put direct figures here also. ठीक है, other than that the quantity here, quantity जो आप यूज करेंगे ना, you will all use your units here. सारे quantity यहाँ पे actual quantity was 22,000 units. ठीक है, for this budgeted one actual quantity was 20,000 units. ठीक है, just take all unit rates. ठीक है, जहाँ यूनिट्स है वहां यूनिट रेट्स आपको ले लेना है. ठीक है, तो बाकी wherever you do not have direct unit rates, you can compute based on how we computed that. ठीक है, same relation, no relation changes here, it's all the same. ठीक है, बस इसको यूज करना है आपको, and you have to just put the values. सब सेम है, इसीलिए तो all 5 figures are also coming same here. ठीक है, तो as such आपको in problem they will not say use unit rate. ठीक है, they will give you the problem, you can solve whichever rate you want, and the hours rate is important, that is the primary method. ठीक है, इसलिए इसको आपको ज्यादा दिखाया भी नहीं गया, it's only once here that a reference has been made कि you can also do it this way. ठीक है, तो चलो बस इतना ही इसका relevance है. So once this table is formed, then उसके बाद then सारे values तो same है ना, so you have to do the same thing. ठीक है, so you can just take a look once on this. ठीक है, कुछ डाउट हो, कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो इसमें तो आप मेरे को पूछ सकते हो. ठीक है, बट once you know ये पहला मेथड अच्छे से अगर आ गया आपको, ये मेथड देख के आपको आराम से आपको देखते से ही समझ में आ जाएगा कि what has been done here. ठीक है, that you will be able to find it out directly. Okay, ठीक है, ओनली डिफरेंस इज यहाँ पे आप यू आर यूजिंग आवर्स, यू आर यूजिंग यूनिट रेट, दैट्स ऑल. ठीक है, तो चलो, सो व्हाट विल बी योर प्राइमरी मेथड ऑफ सॉल्विंग, इट विल बी आवर्स रेट ओनली. ठीक है, कंपनी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग 2 प्रोडक्ट्स. ठीक है, ऑपरेट स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्टिंग सिस्टम. द स्टैंडर्ड OH मींस ओवरहेड, OH इज ओवरहेड, OH कंटेंट ऑफ ईच प्रोडक्ट इन कॉस्ट सेंटर 101 इज. ठीक है, they are showing us the standard overhead content. Okay, so product A is 2.4. So 2.40 is what is the standard overhead. Okay, it is 2.40 is not the total cost, it is the standard overhead only. It is the overhead. Okay, not the total cost. And how is this split in 8 hours? So normally overheads are charged based on direct labor hours, right? They're saying for 8 labor hours at 30 paise per hour. So 30 paise is how much? 0.3 rupee. Okay, 30 upon 100 of a rupee, right? So it is 0.3 rupee. So just do 0.3 into 8, you will get 2.4. Okay, this is how this is made. Now second one is 6 direct labor hours into 0.3 again. Okay, so this gives you 6 into 0.3, that is 1.8. right? So that means that for product A, it is standard overhead is 2.4, product B it is 1.8. Okay, and we have also been given the labor hours. Okay, so let's move ahead and see what all we have. The rate of 30 paise per hour is arrived at as follows. This 30 paise, okay, per hour standard rate, it is arrived as this, like budgeted overhead is 570, right? And budgeted direct labor hours are 1900. So if you do 570 upon 1900, okay, you just divide 570 the cost by these hours, budgeted hours, you will get what? You will get 30 paise or 0.3. Okay. Chalo, and then after this, what have they given us? Next is output of product A, 100 units. Okay, product A total output is 100 units, and output of product B is 200 units. Okay, so these are the actual outputs given to us. Okay, no opening or closing stock, and actual direct labor hours worked is 2320. Actual direct labor hours is how much? 2320. Okay, and budgeted direct labor hours is 1900. Actual labor hours is 2320. Okay, so now here again, and in this case you have, because here you have been given 8 direct labor hours are the standard for product A, correct? And units total are 100. Okay, so standard hours will be how much? 8 into 100, which is 800. Okay, for unit A, and for product B, it will be 6 direct labor hours into 200 units. Okay, 6 2s are 12, so 1200. So if you add these two, then your standard comes to 2000. Okay, so in this particular problem, you have got different budgeted and standard hours have been given. Okay, budgeted is given directly here, actual is given directly here. Okay, but standard is given indirectly like this. Okay, so this is basically standard hours into actual output. Okay, that is your, that will become 2000 hours then. So we'll see later on. Okay, and then actual overhead has been given. So actual overhead means very last thing. The very last thing in our table is 640. Okay, directly. So calculate total overhead for the month and show division into expenditure, volume, and efficiency variances. Okay, so let's now again go and prepare the table first. So the problems will be like this only. Okay, in your paper, whatever problems will come, it's going to be like this only, like it is framed in the study material. So just get used to it. Just do these problems 2, 3 times, 4 times. So you get used to it. Okay, problems जो आएंगे ऐसे ही आएंगे इसी तरह के. इसको 3-4 बार आपको करना है, करके थोड़ा used to हो जाइए फॉर्मेट से. जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स दिए हैं. ओके, स्टडी मटेरियल में जो दिए हैं वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ओके, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट whatever is given in the study material. So chalo, let's now go ahead with the table. Achha, here in this problem again, you don't have calendar variance, correct? So for calendar variance, you will always be given data, standard data for 20 days. Actual data worked 22 days or 21 days. So there will be difference in days. That is how you identify whether you have calendar variance or not. Here there is no calendar variance. Okay. Okay, so which is why they have only asked you expenditure, volume, and efficiency variances, right? So now we'll just, this is we have to create a table very much like we used in our first illustration, first and second illustration. Okay, so straightforward table. Okay, you don't have those revised budgeted hours, all those things you don't have. Simple. Okay, So first thing is, what is our standard rate? It is 30 paise, 0.3. Okay. So you have SR. SR is 0.3 for all the cases. Okay. That is the first thing you have. Okay. So we are just trying to input the values in the table. Okay. SRSH, standard rate into actual hours, standard rate into budgeted hours. This is actual rate into actual hours, actual, which is given here directly 640. Just put this directly 640. Okay. And then we know that for the first three again, what we need is standard rate, which is common. Just put this 0.3, 0.3 everywhere. Okay. Now what you need is standard hours here. So this is standard hours for actual quantity. Correct. So what we had calculated there 2000. Okay, that was standard hours for actual quantity. How? I'll take you up and show you again. ठीक है. ऊपर मैं बताता हूँ आपको फिर से ये अगर आप देखोगे, ठीक है, तो ये क्या है हमारा, ये एक्चुअल क्वांटिटी है ये, और ये एक्चुअल क्वांटिटी है। ये एक्चुअल क्वांटिटी को हमने मल्टीप्लाई किए स्टैंडर्ड आवर्स से। करेक्ट. So you got standard hours for actual quantity. So 8 into 100 plus 6 into 200. That gives you 2000. Okay. That is your standard hours of actual quantity. Right? Okay. Okay. So that is 2000. And second, hamara budgeted hours is 1900. Correct? Chaliye, go down again. So okay. So that's how we have written here 2000, and here we have written budgeted hours 1900. Okay. And actual hours are given in the problem 2320. The problem actual hours are given as it is. You don't have to do anything. So मैं बताता हूँ. Let's go up. See here. Two three two zero. Okay. Right. ठीक है. So clear अभी हो गया, हमारा table ready हो गया. Okay. So from here you know how to do, isn't it? इसके बाद तो आप हमने कई problems किए हैं. So you know what is 1 minus 2, what is 1 minus 3. This all you know, right? ठीक है. So ये table हमारा table is ready now. So just use that. ये आपका जो 1 माइनस जो भी है वो सब यूज करके. So basically आपका cost variance is always 1 minus 4. Correct? That is your fixed overhead cost variance. ठीक है. और fixed overhead variance. Fixed overhead variance. ठीक है. इस तरह से आपको ये करना है. Okay. Right? So we have got all these things have been written, और ये सब आप कर लो जैसे जैसे. ठीक है. जैसे देखो एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस में, एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस वाज द वेरी लास्ट थिंग. तो मैंने आपको याद कराया था कि कैसे इसको सीक्वेंस कर याद रखना है. ओके. सो व्हाट आई हैड टोल्ड यू कि एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस इज एट द वेरी एंड. ठीक है. ओके. सो उसमें इसमें क्या हमने ये देखे थे कि बेस्ट वॉल्यूम, वन वाज बेस्ट वॉल्यूम. ओके. So best is budget efficiency or spending variance. Volume is volume variance. Okay. Those two are there. और बाद में it was, ठीक है, CA efficient और का efficient. However you take it. ठीक है. So capacity, calendar, ठीक है, and efficiency variance. So efficiency was right at the end. तो मैंने क्या बोला था आपको? The last one is the difference of the first two. Correct? So which is, that's why efficiency is 1 minus 2. मैं सिर्फ आपको, this is the same what we have already done. ठीक है. मैं सिर्फ से आपको रिवाइज कराने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. ओके. देन अगेन कॉस्ट वेरिएंस इज 1 minus 4. ठीक है. सो वॉल्यूम वेरिएंस इज ऑलवेज स्टैंडर्ड माइनस बजट. ठीक है. सो 1 minus 3. ओके. दैट विल बी स्टैंडर्ड माइनस बजटेड. ठीक है. रिमेंबर दैट दीज नंबरिंग्स विल चेंज. करेक्ट. इफ यू हैव गॉट revised budgeted hours. ठीक है. If that is there, then we'll have 5 things. Correct. So this will change, but first two will always remain first two. 3, 4 and 5 only will change, isn't it? Correct. So इस तरह से ये है. ये सब जैसे जैसे ये बताया गया है, जैसे बताया मैंने, वैसे आपको करना है. बजट वेरिएंस अगेन इज 3 minus 4 लास्ट टू. ओके राइट। तो इस तरह से यू हैव टू डू दिस प्रॉब्लम, ठीक है। ओके, कैपेसिटी वेरिएंस इज 2 - 3, ठीक है। तो ये तो आपको मालूम ही है, इसलिए मैं आई एम नॉट गोइंग इनटू दिस कंप्यूटेशन नाउ, ठीक है। ये टेबल अगर बन गया तो अभी नाउ यू नो हाउ टू डू इट, राइट। ओनली नंबरिंग्स वी हैव टू डिडक्ट, दिस माइनस दैट विल रिमेन सेम फॉर ऑल प्रॉब्लम्स। तो वो एक बार अच्छे से देख के रख लो कि व्हाट इज 1 - 4 is what is 2 - 3, okay, and when you have got all 5 things, what all you have to deduct, that all just be confident on that. So whatever problem comes, we will not have any confusion in that. The problems इसी तरह से आएंगे, आप देखना, okay. Problems will be like this only. We will not have too large problems, okay. Maximum आपको standard costing where 4 to 6 marks, maximum 8 marks. If 8 marks also they ask, then 2 marks will be for variable overhead variance, then rest 6 marks will be for these 6 variances or fixed overhead variances, okay. This type problems only you will get, ओके क्लियर, ठीक है। तो ये हो गया इस प्रॉब्लम के साथ जो है प्योरली योर फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड वेरिएंस पार्ट इज कंप्लीटेड, ओके, ठीक है। तो प्योर जो व्हाटएवर वी वर डूइंग जस्ट फॉर फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड इज फुल्ली कंप्लीट नाउ, राइट। सो नाउ variable overhead variance will do in the next 2 problems, which is now starting from 16, okay. So here यहाँ पे ठीक है, ये इंफॉर्मेशन इज obtained, यहाँ पे है दिस इज स्टैंडर्ड, okay. So this is what, this is standard and this is actual, okay. ये जो यूनिट्स है ये यहाँ होना चाहिए था, यूनिट शुड बी हियर एक्चुअली, ये जो यूनिट्स है दिस शुड हैव बीन हियर इन दिस लाइन, क्योंकि ये दीज आर द यूनिट्स 4000 and 3800, ओके, ठीक है। तो ये है आपके, दीज आर योर यूनिट्स, स्टैंडर्ड यूनिट्स एंड दिस इज योर एक्चुअल यूनिट्स, ओके। चलिए, सो अब यहाँ देखिए नंबर ऑफ वर्किंग डेज 20 and 21। so यहाँ हमको देखने से समझ में क्या आ जाता है, that there is calendar variance, okay. On seeing information like this, when you have been given difference in days, there you will have calendar variance. If this information is missing, calendar variance will not be there, okay, like we saw in the previous problem, okay, ठीक है। 2021 चलिए, next is fixed overheads, here it is 40,000, ठीक है, and here it is 39,000, standard is 40,000, actual is 39,000, okay. And then you have been given variable overhead, okay. For the first time you are seeing variable overhead, okay. So variable overhead is actually you have only 3 kinds of variable overheads, okay. And that too, one is the total one, okay, variable overhead variance. In this problem we only have to calculate variable overhead variance. The other 2 sub parts I'll tell you, I'll just show you a little bit of theory on that, okay. Just 5-10 minutes we'll see, and then in the next problem we'll do the other 2, the sub parts of variable overhead variance. There are only 2, very straightforward, okay. Variable overhead variance is a very simple variance. Chalo, so here so standard variable overheads were 12,000, actual was also 12,000, ठीक है। So इसका this variance also we have to find out. अच्छा, आप एक बात बताइए यहाँ पे, so now चलो let's see the problem what they are asking, okay. You are required to calculate variable overhead variance, ठीक है, that is the total variable overhead variance, okay. Like you have got fixed overhead variance, right, the total one, this is like that for variable overhead. Similarly, number 2, fixed overhead variance, and third is sub part of fixed overhead, expenditure, volume, efficiency, and calendar, okay. So they have asked us to calculate expenditure variance, volume variance, efficiency variance, and calendar variance, ठीक है, okay. So budget variance is volume variance, and you don't, they are not asking you capacity variance here, just remember. Okay, kya sub variances kya the overall and fixed variance, you've got 6 variances, correct? One is fixed overhead variance, the total one. Okay, then the next two parts of it. Okay, that is best volume. Okay, budget expenditure spending variance, volume variance. That gives us three things. Okay, three things we have got. Okay, then volume variance is again distributed into what? Kaka efficient or CACA efficient. Okay, capacity, calendar, and efficiency variance. So total 6 are there, right? In fixed overhead. Here they have asked us 5. That capacity variance is not there. Okay. So if it is not there and you write, if it is not there and you write and come, that is okay. But thing is that you might have to tick the answers in the online sheet. Okay, so possibly if you calculate one extra variance, then it is possible that in place of efficiency variance, you will write the capacity variance, that extra figure which you have got, you might put it in some wrong slot. So that's why see the problem and just calculate only what is required. So there will not be any chance of mistake. ठीक है, मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, जैसे ये 4 variances, right? If you calculate 5, but in the problem you will have radio buttons to tick. Okay, after calculating for ticking, you have only 4 slots. So it's possible that what they have not asked here, ठीक है, that you have entered in some answer. ठीक है, वो हो सकता है, तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. So just calculate whatever is asked. ठीक है, keep it simple. चलो, okay. लास्ट पे क्या बोलता है, प्रिपेयर रिकंसिलिएशन स्टेटमेंट फॉर स्टैंडर्ड फिक्स्ड एक्सपेंसेस वर्कड आउट, ठीक है, एट स्टैंडर्ड फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड रेट एंड एक्चुअल ओवरहेड रेट. सो दैट रिकंसिलिएशन तो अपने आप बन जाता है. ओके, सो ठीक है, once you get the answers you will already know that what is the difference between the two, that is nothing but the reconciliation statement. Okay, so chalo, that we'll see at the end. ये हो गया हमारा. अच्छा, इस प्रॉब्लम में कैन यू सी वन स्पेशलिटी, इज वन स्पेशलिटी व्हिच वाज नॉट देयर इन एनी प्रॉब्लम टिल नाउ. ठीक है, द वर्ड आवर्स. ओके, HOURS आवर्स, दैट वर्ड इज नॉट देयर इन दिस प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है, पूरा आप ढूंढ के देख लो, आवर्स वर्ड नहीं. ओके, देयर इज नो आवर्स. ओके, so we have got only units. So this time you will have to use the second basis only to solve it. ठीक है, so इस particular problem में, but as I told you, normally 80% chances you will get hours basis. Okay, 20% chances you can get like this. So be ready for this also. ठीक है, इसका भी मैं आपको एक बार और ये बता देता हूँ, that is how to, what is the difference. I'm just taking you up. ठीक है, in a former problem. See, this is an earlier problem which we did. ठीक है, so here, ठीक है, यहाँ पे जो है ना, we have done this problem using hours basis as well as unit basis. Okay, right? ये problem किए थे आपको. Even if you want the number, I'll show you the number also. Illustration 14. Okay, so इसमें, so I'm just telling you कि इसको अगर if you get units, प्रॉब्लम ये है कि बस आपको इतना मालूम होना है कि टेबल कैसे बनाना है अगर यूनिट्स दिया गया है, व्हाट टू यूज इन यूनिट्स, ओनली दैट यू शुड नो. ठीक है, नाउ फर्स्ट थिंग इज, पहला मैं बोलता हूँ फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट, लास्ट 3 जो है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सी ये टेबल में ऑल फिगर्स विल बी सेम. जस्ट कंपेयर दीज विद दीज, दे आर एग्जैक्टली द सेम. ठीक है, व्हेन फिगर्स आर सेम दैट मींस ऑल वेरिएंसेस व्हिच विल गेट कंप्यूटेड विल बी सेम. All that whatever you are doing, 1 minus 2, 1 minus 4, all those things will be same. ठीक है, no change in anything. Okay, so अब बस ये देखना है कि इसमें here you are using hours rate, here you are using unit rate. ठीक है, now first thing I'll tell you. ठीक है, इसमें बस एक ही चीज आप याद रखना, here is standard rate into standard hours. ठीक है, but this is standard hours of actual quantity, correct? Remember, this standard hours of actual quantity, right? ठीक है, so standard hours into standard hours of actual quantity. Okay, that you will get here. That that we are getting here. Okay. So standard price of actual quantity, it is that. Okay. So यहाँ in unit, how will you calculate it? आप logic से सोच के देखो. You have standard rate is same. Standard rate into actual quantity if you give, ठीक है, then you will get standard price of actual quantity, correct? है ना? इसीलिए in unit rate the same thing here is SRAQ. तो इसलिए पहले दोनों जो है बस इतना ही याद रखना है for you to remember. Okay, just remember here you have said SR and SH, right? So SR and SQ will be number 2, and here SR and AH, so SR and AQ will be number 1. This is the only change. ठीक है, so ये बस आपको this only you have to say, ये तो आपको याद कर लेना. Okay, this you have to memorize. SR SH, SR into AH, SR into RBH, SR into BH, ठीक है, all this, ठीक है, and AR into AH, ठीक है, last one, actual one. So all this you'll have to learn. ठीक है, ये इसको बस याद कर लिया तो enough है. And here also just remember, see, wherever you are using standard rate, here also you have to use standard rate. ठीक है, इसमें और इसमें जो है starting is standard rate here. See, this is also standard rate. This is also standard rate. This is also starting is standard rate. This is also standard rate, standard rate. Okay, standard rate, standard rate. And this one, last one is actual rate. You might not be able to see. मैं बाद में बताऊंगा. This is actual rate and actual rate. So basically the first thing which you are using for multiplying is the same fully. ठीक है, तो इसीलिए बस इतना ध्यान में रखना है इसमें. Just here you have this standard hours. Okay, here you use actual quantity basis, and here you have actual hours. Here you use standard quantity. That's all. Okay. For what about the rest? Rest is straight, no change. Others, all three are changed. See, here it is revised business hours. Here it is revised budgeted hours. Here it is revised budgeted quantity. Okay. This is budgeted hours. This is budgeted quantity. Straightforward. Here it will be actual hours. Okay, and here it will be actual quantity. So straightforward. So आप आराम से ये only difference will be यहाँ you will have data given for units. That is that you will not have hours data. So just use that hours units data and prepare this table. That's it. ठीक है? Okay. चलिए. Okay. So we will now solve this problem. ठीक है? And इसमें जो है we had capacity variance जो है आपका, ठीक है, your capacity variance, it is always 2 minus 3. Okay, this 2 minus this 3. ठीक है, see here, this capacity variance, no, it is always 2 minus 3. क्यों मैं बता रहा हूँ, I'll tell you. Capacity variance is 2 minus 3. ठीक है, so in that problem they have not asked capacity variance. ठीक है, capacity variance पूछा नहीं गया है. So I showed you, right, that they did not ask capacity variance. So in the table, what they have done is, ठीक है, same ही चीजें सब. Okay, they have just excluded this one, which is number 2 है ना. This number 2 they have not shown. Reason why they have not shown number 2 is they do not have to use this because capacity variance is not asked. Number 2 is required only for capacity variance. ठीक है, 2 minus 3. But when you prepare the table, ठीक है, आपको confusion होगा. ठीक है, so you prepare all 5 like this. यहाँ पे जो हमारे जो 5 है, all 5 you prepare. Of this 5, whatever they are asking, just say if they are asking only say cost variance and capacity variance, then just do 1 minus 5 here and 1 minus 2. That's it. Okay, but prepare the table as it is. So out of 5, if they are asking 2, 3, 4, you prepare your tables. आपको ढूंढने की जरूरत नहीं. Okay, you will have a standard set in front of you. Okay, so यहाँ भी you should prepare all 5 together. मैं सिर्फ बता रहा हूँ आपको that in this problem you will see that there are only 4 columns. ठीक है, that is because क्योंकि उन्होंने they have excluded number 2 as it was not asked. ठीक है, okay. So chalo, now your standard rate, how you will find out standard rate. Okay, so this is here. So units के जो problem actually speaking ना real में problems which only have units and not hours like this, ये जो है वो थोड़ा और simple हो जाते हैं actually. They are even more simple. Okay. Here what you will do, see, this is 40,000 is your fixed overheads. Upon units you do, you will get standard rate. So now standard rate is what we have to use in front of everything. We know that. Okay. So say 40,000 upon 4,000 will be 10, right? 40,000 upon 4,000 is 10. That is your standard rate. वो मिल गया हमको. Okay. We've got standard rate. Okay. One by one we'll see. So see, if you, ठीक है, फर्स्ट वन इज हियर SRAQ, ठीक है, और ये जो है हमारा सेकंड वन दे हैव एक्सक्लूडेड, दैट्स व्हाट आई वाज टेलिंग यू अभी तक जो बता रहा था मैं यहाँ पे, तो आप यहाँ पे सेकंड वाला भी आप लिख लेना, ठीक है, you write it as it is because then your numbers will not change, you will have your 5 numbers. Here again your SRRBQ is they are showing as number 2, whereas this will be number 3 normally, correct? Okay, this will be number 4 and this will be number 5 normally, correct? So but they have not shown that second one, okay? Okay, reason being the standard rate into standard quantity they have not shown because that efficiency capacity variance is not asked, okay? That's why they have, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं करना, always keep a fixed this thing, okay? Format को you keep it fixed so you will not get confused, okay? ठीक है, तो इसीलिए चलो ये हो गया. So let us now input all data in this. So 10 standard hours is 10, correct? Standard hours is 10. Just put all standard hours. We know we've calculated it as 10. The actual fixed overheads is 39,000 here. Okay. Actual fixed overheads is what? 39,000. That we will put here. Okay. Itna ho gaya. Right. So now let us see now. Chalo. So one by one. Now here you want actual quantity. What is actual quantity here? 3,800. This is the actual quantity. Okay. So 10 into 3,800. Okay. Right. Actual quantity dal diye, then we got the first one. Okay. Now second is we need revised budgeted quantity. ठीक है. So अच्छा इसको लेंगे पहले before that let us just see budgeted quantity is 4,000. ठीक है. Budgeted quantity है ना जो आपका जो standard है same is your budgeted quantity. Okay. This is your 4,000. ठीक है. Is your budgeted quantity. ठीक है. जहां पे आपका only standard is given, standard and budgeted will be the same there. Okay. ठीक है. तो 4,000 यहाँ पे will use it budgeted quantity and this becomes 40,000 there. ठीक है. ये दोनों हो गया. चलो. So now what all we have now? We have this, right? And we have these two. ठीक है. Now this we have to find out. इसमें for revised budgeted quantity, what you have to do? Take your budgeted quantity. ठीक है. Take your budgeted quantity 4,000. Just multiply by 21 upon 20. ठीक है. That days difference 21 upon 20. ठीक है. Okay. So basically it is what we are saying is for 20 days it is 4,000. And how much for 21 days? So 21 into 4,000 upon 20. That's what we are doing here. Okay. So revised quantity is 4,200. ठीक है. इस तरह से हमको ये मिल गया. चलो. Correct. Now we have got all 4. ठीक है. So उसके बाद बस आपको यहाँ से you have to just get the answer. Just deduct कर लेना, answer कर देना. If you are using our normal basis, that is normal basis means this is 3, this is 4 and this is 5. Okay. ठीक है. You just use this basis और बस same चीजें रहेगी सब. Whatever you will deduct. ठीक है. So this first one minus last one will be your fixed overhead cost variance and similarly. Okay. ये आप निकाल लेना. ये मैं छोड़ दे रहा हूँ. आगे का जो जस्ट इतना ही पार्ट है, आपको जस्ट यू हैव टू डू दिस डिडक्शंस, ठीक है, जो हमने ऑलरेडी पहले डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, एग्जैक्टली द सेम, ठीक है। जस्ट डू, टेबल बन गया हमारा, जस्ट गो फॉर दिस, ये डिडक्शंस कीजिए, ठीक है, एंड यू विल गेट योर आंसर्स, ठीक है, ऑल आर द सेम, ठीक है, जो हमने पहले बोले। तो आपको क्या करना है, बट बिफोर यू दिस आंसर, इफ यू आर प्रैक्टिसिंग, आई वांट यू टू डू दिस, ठीक है, जस्ट पुट द सेकेंड वन ऑल्सो, दूसरा वाला भी आप डालेंगे, ठीक है, ऑल्दो इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी यूज्ड इन द आंसर, जस्ट पुट इट एंड क्रिएट ऑल 5 टेबल्स एंड देन कंप्यूट द आंसर, ठीक है, ओके। तो इस तरीके से वो बनेगा, ओके फाइन। So this is your fixed overhead part we have done here, okay. So now next what they have asked is variable overhead variance, okay. So for variable overhead variance, simple cheese hai, theek hai. So what you have to do is first find out standard rate of variable overhead, which is this 12,000 upon 4,000, standard rate of variable overhead. It will come to how much? 3 per unit. ठीक है, 3 per unit is a standard variable overhead rate. Okay, so now apply that to actual. Standard rate का actual में apply करेंगे, that is 3 into 3,800 you'll get, ठीक है, and compare that with your actual variable overhead. That's all. ठीक है, so मैं आपको बता देता हूँ फिर एक बार, we'll see. क्या करना है, basically first find out standard overhead rate. This data will be there. Variable overhead, whenever total is asked, just go for find the standard rate. Okay, now we have standard rate 3. Okay, now what you have to compare is find using the standard rate. Okay, the standard cost of actual quantity you have to find. So 3,800, which is actual, into the standard rate which we computed here, minus this 12,000. That's all. Okay, right? चलो ये हो गया आपका वेरिएबल ओवरहेड सर, ठीक है। सो इसमें जो है व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, इसमें भी ऐसे छोटा सा टेबल बन देंगे, इन द नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम विल सी स्मॉल टेबल इज मेड, सो इट्स वेरी वेरी सिंपल, वेरिएबल ओवरहेड इज लाइक, ठीक है, इसका कुछ आता है तो इट इज लाइक इट्स, you will not get more than 2 marks because it is so straightforward. Maximum 3 marks you can get if they ask all 3 variable overhead variance including the total one, okay? So maximum is that, but normally not more than 2 marks, okay, because it's very straightforward. ये हमने किया standard rate into actual quantity, right? So that is here 3 is the standard rate we had found out, multiplied by 3,800, correct? Okay, and we deducted 12,000, which was the actual variable overhead. So you got 600 adverse. ठीक है, ये तो हमने, this is what we had done to find out 3 per hour, correct? बस इतना ही स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है वेरिएबल ओवरहेड वेरिएंस. देयर आर 2 सब पार्ट्स ऑफ इट, दैट इज आल्सो फेयरली सिंपल, वो वी विल सी इन द नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम, ठीक है. Illustration 17. So Vinayak Limited has furnished you the following information. चलो ठीक है. So this is budgeted, this is actual. Units are given, okay. Then hours are given, ठीक है. Hours है तो we will use hours, ठीक है. Normally you will have data with hours, okay. So hours are given, then fixed overhead in rupees, okay. This is fixed overhead cost, budgeted cost and actual cost, okay. Then variable overhead, budgeted cost and actual cost, okay. And last what they have given, working days. So we know that calendar variance is there here, okay. When we see working days information, we know that calendar variance is there, ठीक है. तो चलिए, तो इस प्रॉब्लम में हम लोग वेरिएबल ओवरहेड के जो 3 सब पार्ट्स हैं वो मैं बताऊंगा आपको. इट इज वेरी वेरी सिंपल. जैसे once you know fixed overhead variance, बिल्कुल variable overhead variance is a much smaller part, okay. And if you know fixed overhead variance, it is like you know variable overhead variance, ठीक है. Only thing is you have to be told once, that's all. चलो, so let's start. We'll first go for fixed overhead variances. So यहाँ पे first you have got, this is your budgeted fixed overhead cost, correct? This budgeted fixed overhead is 45,000. Okay, and what is the hours? Budgeted hours is 30,000. What is your standard rate here? 45,000 upon 30,000. Okay, 1.5. ठीक है, so standard rate which we want, सारे इसके लिए we need, first thing you need is standard rate, right? So you will get it here like that, 45,000 upon 30,000. Okay, तो चलो अभी चालू करते हैं and then okay, let's prepare a table. ठीक है, so you know how we got this 1.5. ठीक है, yes, okay, 45,000 upon 30,000 is what we did. Now we'll see, so this 1.5 will be here, ठीक है, with the starting figure, ठीक है, and then okay, this budgeted cost and actual cost is given already. ये जो है 45,000 and 50,000 are already given. तो देखेंगे एक बार 45,000 and okay, we have 45,000. It will go here directly. 50,000 will go here directly. ठीक है, okay. Okay, चलो. So then next is we want, ठीक है, we have hours, standard hours for actual quantity. Okay, we want standard hours. SH is what? Standard hours of actual quantity. ठीक है, so it will be, so what is the hours here? 30,000. Okay, this is the so for one unit, how many hours are required? यहाँ पे just if you see here, okay. So for 30,000 units, 30,000 hours are required. So for one unit, 1 hour is required. Okay, that is your standard hour per unit. Okay, now apply this to your actual hours. That is 32,500. 32,500 into 1 hour into 1. That will give you 32,500. Okay, this standard hours of actual quantity. Okay, I'm repeating again. ये जो हमने ये कैसा मिला हमको? This one 32,500. The first step we did is we took these units. Okay, 30,000 hours for 30,000 units. Okay, for one unit, 1 hour. Okay, we got for one unit, it is 1 hour. Okay, that is the standard. Okay, so now in actual, if you are making 32,500, how many standard hours you need for that? That is 32,500 into 1 hour, correct? That gives us this 32,500. Okay, so the first one is over. Then second one, actual hours is this one. Actual hours is 33,000. Just put it here. Okay, and next is revised business hours. Revised business hours, what you have to do, take your standard hours. ये हमारा 30,000 is your standard hours. Just multiply by 26 upon 25. That will be your revised business hours. ठीक है? So if I take it down, ठीक है? 30,000 into 26 upon 25. Okay, so this will give us 31,200. So now we have got this table fully. ठीक है? टेबल मिल गया आपको आपका this one. आगे क्या करना है आपको मालूम है? You know which number minus which number will give you which variance. ठीक है? So इसमें मैं बाकी computation. So this just calculation. I'm leaving it to you. ठीक है? इस part the table बन गया हमारा. Just have to see what are these variances. ठीक है? What is 1 minus 5? What is 2 minus 4, what is 2 minus 3, ठीक है, ये सारी चीजें आप देख लेना इसमें, ठीक है. So and you will get these variances there. ये जितने भी आपके हैं 1 minus 2 1 minus, all just do this, you will get your variances. Everything is in order. So if anything which comes positive is favorable, anything which comes negative is adverse. Okay, ये हो गया, ठीक है. फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड वेरिएंस. सो काफी प्रॉब्लम हमने कर लिया फॉर फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड वेरिएंस. ओके, वी हैव डन लॉट्स ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स फॉर फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड वेरिएंस एंड इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Okay, either one among material, labor and overhead variance, fixed overhead variance, that comes normally. Okay, so ये हो गया, right? So okay, so fixed overhead variance is done. Now next is variable overhead variance. ठीक है, so variable overhead variance, in short I'll tell you that is what it is. ठीक है, ये बहुत ही सिंपल है. तो इसका let's see the computation first. Okay, because we are into computation already. So in variable overhead variance you have to prepare these three things. Okay, आपको ये तीन चीजें आपको बनानी पड़ती है. What is this? ठीक है, बिल्कुल सोचने की जरूरत नहीं. Okay, this 1 and 2 are same as what you use for fixed overhead variance. SRSH and SRAH, same as that. Okay, and the third one is nothing but the very last one. So the in between one, 3 and 4 are not required. Okay, so मतलब variable overhead में I'm just taking you up here in this table for variable overhead variance. Okay, when you have to calculate all three parts of variable overhead variance, we just cut these two off, you will get the table for variable overhead variance. ठीक है, only thing is ये इसमें और variable overhead variance में भी जो है ना, these are standard hours, all nothing changes, everything will remain the same. ये सब same रहेगा, all these things will remain the same. This rate of 1.5, okay, this will change. ठीक है, यानी what will happen here is, see the problem. ठीक है, so for variable overhead variance what you have to do is just use this 60,000. Okay, instead of you are using 45,000 for fixed overhead variance, correct? Here use 60,000 upon 30,000. So rate will become 2. So in place of 1.5 हमको बस 2 डालना है. And this will remain the same, कुछ करना ही नहीं है यहाँ पे, do nothing. Okay, and this last actual variable overhead cost is given here. That 68,000 will be your last one. Directly you can put 68,000. ठीक है, तो अभी चलिए देखते हैं. That's all. इतना ही है. Variable overhead, it cannot become more complex than this. Okay. So here, चलो ये देखिए, this 32,500 ऊपर भी same था, correct? This was the same. जैसे का वैसा कुछ करना ही नहीं हमको इसमें तो. Okay. This is same. Take from the above table these two things, and this is 68,000 we got from the problem. Okay, and this was 2, correct? We calculated the standard rate as 2. That's it. ये हो गया आपका, ये टेबल बन गया, टेबल रेडी होगा, बस इतना ही. This is what you have to do, and there are three things in variable overhead variance. Okay, 1 minus 3 will give you the total variance, that is the variable overhead variance. Okay, so or you can also call it as variable overhead cost variance. ठीक है, variable overhead cost variance or total variable overhead variance. Okay, this will be 1 minus 3. ठीक है, efficiency variance will be same what you were using there in fixed overhead. Fixed overhead में efficiency मैंने बोला था आपको, last वाला था, last one was efficiency, and that is difference between the first two, correct? Same here also, 1 minus 2 you have to do efficiency variance. Okay, so there will be an efficiency variance and there will be a budget variance. ठीक है, ये दो variance होता है बस. ठीक है, okay, and this is the total of A plus B. This is the total of A plus B. C. Actual देखा जाए तो, so you will have three variances. C is the total one. One is efficiency variance, which will be 1 minus 2. ठीक है, second one will be 2 minus 3. 1 minus 2, 2 minus 3. Okay, budget variance 2 minus 3. Same, that's all. Add these two, you will get variable overhead variance. Just itna hi. Okay, this is what you will have in variable overhead variance. ठीक है, तो दैट्स व्हाई आई सेड कि आपको फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड का आपको अगर आदत हो गया है बनाने का, इसमें कुछ है ही नहीं देन, बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी नो दिस SRSH एंड SRAH ऑलरेडी, ठीक है। ओनली इसमें 5 में से यू हैव टू ओनली मेक 3 tables, एंड दैट टू if you have variable overhead variance is normally asked along with your fixed overhead as one problem, ठीक है। so in that you already have this data, so आपको अलग से मेहनत करने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, this you already have from the previous tables, only have to calculate the rate, ये जो 2 है, this rate you calculate and it is ready made variable overhead variance, okay। just ये याद रखना है, just efficiency variance यहाँ will be, sorry, cost variance, variable overhead cost variance, or total variable overhead variance will be 1 minus 3, okay। Efficiency will be 1 minus 2, calendar will be 2 minus 3, okay। Sorry, not calendar, budget variance will be 2 minus 3, ठीक है। So efficiency variance 1 minus 2, budget variance 2 minus 3, okay। बस इतना ही है आपका इन वेरिएबल ओवरहेड वेरिएंस। चलिए, तो ये हो गया। इसके बाद यू हैव गॉट वन लास्ट प्रॉब्लम हियर रिगार्डिंग योर this is again fixed overhead variance problem, okay। this is your fixed overhead variance problem, so ये मैं आपको I leave it for you, ठीक है। ये बस आपको इसमें इसमें ये नहीं है आपका, you don't have revised budgeted hours, ठीक है। simple problem है, you can try this one homework, I'll give you illustration 18, with this your fixed overhead is complete, fixed and variable overhead variance is completed, ठीक है। मैं थोड़ा सा आपका just give you a short introduction of variable overhead variance, अभी 1 मिनट। और इसमें जो नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम इज अवर प्रॉफिट वेरिएंस, सेल्स वेरिएंस, सॉरी। और प्रॉफिट वेरिएंस क्या होता है ना, प्रॉफिट वेरिएंस में कुछ नहीं होता, यू हैव टू जस्ट कैलकुलेट ऑल दिस वेरिएंसेस, सेल्स माइनस कॉस्ट इज प्रॉफिट, राइट। once you calculate sales variance and you have all other cost variance, when you add them all you get profit variance, okay। so देख लेंगे एक प्रॉब्लम उसका हम देख लेंगे, you have got I think one or two problems only on that, ठीक है। so that we will see, और इसका सेल्स वेरिएंस जो है ये नेक्स्ट करेंगे हम, ठीक है। so maybe in another 2-3 days I'll load your sales variance, okay, right। so चलिए, so now from 19 onwards we will be continuing here, okay। 19 is our next problem। ये जो वेरिएबल ओवरहेड का मैं बोल रहा था आपको, I'll just give you a small introduction, ठीक है। क्योंकि वी आर ऑलरेडी इनटू प्रॉब्लम्स, तो मैंने आपको जस्ट बता दिया प्रॉब्लम्स का कि देन एंड देयर आपका हो जाएगा, ओके। सो दिस इज योर वेरिएबल ओवरहेड वेरिएंस, ठीक है। तो जो योर कॉस्ट है, वेरिएबल ओवरहेड वेरिएंस और वेरिएबल ओवरहेड कॉस्ट वेरिएंस बोथ आर सेम, ठीक है। तो ये है स्टैंडर्ड वेरिएबल ओवरहेड कॉस्ट अलाउड फॉर एक्चुअल आउटपुट माइनस एक्चुअल वेरिएबल ओवरहेड कॉस्ट, ठीक है। तो ये तो आप खुद ही लिख सकते हो बिकॉज यू नो ऑलरेडी, राइट। जब आप लिखते हो, ठीक है, स्टैंडर्ड रेट इनटू स्टैंडर्ड आवर्स, so you know what it is, correct। तो इसीलिए ये क्या, बस उसी को आपको लिख देना है, इट इज ये है, ठीक है। एंड इसमें दो होते हैं, वन इज एक्सपेंडिचर वेरिएंस, ओके ओके, एंड अनदर वन इज एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस, ठीक है। ये दो चीज हमने देखे थे, ओके। so variable overhead variance can be divided into two parts, efficiency and expenditure variance, expenditure budget, ठीक है। स्पेंडिंग वेरिएंस भी बोलते हैं इसको, जस्ट यहाँ पे। और वेरिएबल ओवरहेड आल्सो कॉल इट एज प्राइस वेरिएंस, ठीक है। जस्ट इसको ध्यान में रखना है, ओके। स्पेंडिंग वेरिएंस जो है बजट एक्सपेंडिचर और स्पेंडिंग वेरिएंस है बेसिकली, एक्सपेंडिचर वेरिएंस, ओके। यहाँ पे इट इज आल्सो दे यूज द वर्ड प्राइस वेरिएंस फॉर दैट, ठीक है। तो जस्ट इतना ध्यान में रखना है आपको, ओके। सो बस यही है। और idle time, if it is given, then idle time hours into fixed overhead rate per hour, if it is there then you will have to use it, ठीक है। नहीं तो idle time का उतना कोई application नहीं आएगा, because it is not shown in your study material। basically our we should follow the study material, study material के through ही institute communicates to us, ठीक है। whatever is focused more there, that means that is more important, ओके, इसीलिए मैं आप लोगों को बोलता हूँ कि जस्ट डू द प्रॉब्लम्स फ्रॉम स्टडी मटेरियल। सो इतना ही है मेन आपका, ठीक है। ओके, एंड एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस हमने देख लिया, तो इतना बहुत ज्यादा थियरी में डोंट गो इट इन थियरी, टू मच इन थियरी। आपने जो टेबल्स देखा है, क्या से क्या माइनस करने से होता है, सेम थिंग यू शुड बी एबल टू राइट इट अगर कुछ पूछा गया। ओके, व्हाट इज एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस, देन हाउ डू यू कैलकुलेट इट, बस वो मालूम होना चाहिए। डिफरेंस बिटवीन स्टैंडर्ड आस्क फॉर एक्चुअल आउटपुट एंड एक्चुअल आस्क टेकन, दिस यू शुड बी एबल टू टेल, दिस इज द मेन पॉइंट बस, ठीक है। डिफरेंस बिटवीन स्टैंडर्ड आस्क फॉर एक्चुअल आउटपुट and actual hours taken at the standard variable overhead rate, ठीक है। बस यही चीज है, यही थोड़ी थियरी है इसमें। ओके, इसको एज सच अभी बिकॉज इट्स एग्जाम टाइम, इसको एकदम ट्रेडिशनल वे में बस इतना ही है, दैट्स ऑल। प्रिपेयर करने की जरूरत नहीं है, जस्ट सी द टेबल, ठीक है। बेस्ड ऑन द टेबल व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, आप कर क्या रहे हो, ठीक है। यू आर डूइंग 1 - 2, व्हाट यू आर डिडक्टिंग फ्रॉम यू, व्हाट यू आर डिडक्टिंग फ्रॉम व्हाट, उस पर एक सेंटेंस लिखते आना चाहिए, दैट्स इट। ओके, दैट्स ऑल।